Sorry, it's a weird sound. Okay,
There you go.
so we had just did the trolls.
And then we went back and we went to sleeps.
You all went back to sleep after successfully offing the trolls.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Talavin.
Yeah.
You drift off to sleep.
And then you wake up.
Yeah, she tricked me.
No, not again.
Like an evil creature, this is. Worse than the worst.
This is like a little Smeagol. Mr. Tricks is me. Tricks is us.
Talavin.
Yeah.
You find yourself opening your eyes at a very familiar lake. Your eyes open and see hundreds and thousands of stars. You see the silhouetted mountainscape before you. You see that sliver of a crescent moon. When you breathe in, and you smell the familiar scent of the woods. You know exactly where you are.
And I kind of like take it in a little bit extra because it's been a little while, and I'm just kind of like, oh my god, I lived. Thank God. And I'm gonna stay a little. I'm gonna step away from the water, 10 feet. We're just gonna can that just be like a thing where I don't have to say it every time, but every time I go there, I just step.
When you open your eyes, you realize that you are further back than normal.
Okay. Perfect. Because shame on them. Shame on me once. But shame on me if it happens twice.
Fool me once.
So fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Shame on me, yeah.
It won't happen. It won't happen twice at least.
Yeah, no, you're about 15 feet further back than where you usually are whenever you wake up next to the water.
Okay, good. I'm just going to take out my talisman, and I'm just going to kind of look up at the moon and just be like, thank you for giving me the ability to be able to heal those people today and my friends. And then that's all.
That's good.
Yeah, just like a thank you.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Bam!
Oh no.
Oh god, 25.
After
Bay
you
comes
say
out of
this,
nowhere.
hands clasped, thinking to yourself the satisfaction that it brought you to be able to help somebody in their time of need. Whenever you saw your friends really hurting, you were able to give them that moment. And you hear it. Well, I can't believe it. You actually sounded genuine.
Oh. And is she in front of me or
Turn around.
Oh yeah, okay, I turn around.
Turn around into the bay, and she's currently sitting next to the roots of the trees, the tangled roots of the trees, as she paw.
I'm going to actually
staring at
a genuine smile crosses my features because I missed her. I missed my dreams with her, and now I just miss them so much.
I think you're delusional.
I think I'm delusional, but I miss them so much. But I just kind of smile at her, and I'm just kind of just happy to see her. I don't say anything. Just happy to see her.
Absolutely nothing to say to me either. After I've spent so many days away helping Malik in all of your requests. I see how it is. Well, I just wanted to make sure that you knew that you didn't kill us. And I'm pleased with that. What? She stands and begins walking off.
Wait. What do you mean I didn't kill you? What does that mean?
She looks over her shoulder, eyes lighting up with that same electrifying energy. You don't actually know what happens to me if you die. Interesting.
No, what happens? I kind of walk closer a little bit. Still kind of a little far away, but I walk a little bit closer as she tries to walk away.
You hear her? She sits and turns around. What happens when things die? They die.
But you didn't But you didn't die when my mother died, so...
It was already yours at that point.
So...
Dear spirits above. Can't believe I actually had to have the talk with you, but there's no magical farm that I end up going to off in the middle of the clouds.
You don't get to go
Really?
over the
I never
rainbow?
said that to you. Really? Really?
I mean,
Oh,
I
well.
know, I didn't know. I mean, I'll definitely be more aware so that I don't die. I don't want you to have to just disappear into nothingness.
Oh, how thoughtful.
I love her sarcasm. It's too much for my whole life.
She sits. Is that all? Or would you rather have a conversation with him? Her eyes flick past you. And do you look?
Yes, I definitely look. I can't help it.
You look around. And you don't actually see anything. And you turn back and she's gone.
No! She's such a stink. She's such a little sneak. I literally love her. I want to be her in my next... She's my next character, Bae. I get to be Bae. Be like, Madison, hand over the stats. I want to be Bae. She's like, what? That is my next character. I get to be her.
Your next character's name could be B-Bay.
Be Bae.
B-Bay.
The Bae.
B-Bay.
I need Bae. I just need
I
the
need
Bae.
Bae in my life. Well,
You look back and you're like, just feeling that frustration kind of well up in you.
got a little too excited. From Alec. I guess
As
I'll
you
do...
look back across the water, you do see, as you sigh and you look back, you do see the silvery blue flaming eyes from across the water.
Oh, I walk that way. You can do it. Walk that way.
You practiced for
Talk
this.
that way. What? I just walk
Down
over
this
there. Calmly.
Walk around, seeing his form, a dark obsidian wolf, cast completely in shadow. He waits for you, silently by the water.
I guess when I get close, I'll like stop and I'll just be like, I've missed you.
And are you? It has been some time.
Okay.
Apologies for not being present more.
I thought there might be something wrong with the town we were in. And that's why you weren't around. It is a
No.
little...
I was preoccupied, trying to find the answers which you sought last time. You remember what you were seeking, yes?
About the sprites and the cloaked figure.
Nods.
I can't believe I remember that because honestly I totally blanked out right as she was saying that. I was like scrambling in my head. I was like...
Muscle memory.
I was like... My brain was just like...
Lightning.
Literally, I was like, I remember. Okay, sorry. That was like a total Sophia. Like, I literally blanked out the second you said that, Madison. I was like, oh, I literally remember what I was talking about. And then the second you mentioned, what did we talk about? I was like, death? I don't know.
Death and destruction.
Ah!
It's okay, just breathe. And you're a little kitty.
I'm really shy. Okay, I'm better.
What is it that you wish to know?
What did you find?
Many things. What do you want to know?
Did you find out who was doing this to the sprites, perchance? Or why?
Why is still shrouded from me. But I have a clearer understanding of the individuals behind it. Maybe this can help you. And you watch as he stands and actually walks not past you, but to you. Turns his towering form, creating this additional silhouette of his obsidian wolf frame as he walks into the pool of water. He walks deeper and deeper and deeper until his head is just above water and he looks at you. You should grab my shoulder.
Okay. I never wanted to go into this water. Okay, I do. There are evil monsters in this lake. I just fucking know it. They're like legendary evil monsters. Okay. I follow.
You take a moment. There's that hesitation of actually approaching the water. You've never approached it before. And you step in, and the water is frigid cold.
Oh, man.
You take another step, and another step, and another step. You are almost up to your mid-thighs, and your body is just freezing, racked with cold. But you are still maybe 10 feet from him.
Keep going.
Your body physically will not let you.
What?
As you stop. You hear him sigh. He walks back.
Damn.
He
Can't
stops
even make a
at your
strength
side,
roll.
he turns around, and he says, "Grab hold."
Okay.
You grab at the fur on his shoulder. It's warm. The moment you touch, wrapping your fingers in between the coarse yet somewhat soft fur, and you just feel this warmth travel up your arm through the rest of your torso. Don't let go.
I hold on a little bit tighter.
Walking forward, and you're able to step further and further and further into the water. By the time he's up to his neck, you are completely submerged in black. You can't see the bottom. You can barely see your hand, which is inches from your face. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Man. Shit. That is a +6. Don't fuck me. Oh, shit. That's a 15.
Your mind immediately starts panicking as you realize he's still able to breathe, and you are not. And you keep descending further and further, and you see there's a ledge all of a sudden that, and both of you fall into the darkness of the water.
My heart is literally racing. I'm scared. Okay. But then with
further
Malik.
and further and further down, you can see there's just a very faint glow illuminating from his eyes. Even underneath of this water, that silvery blue flame still licks around the corners of his eyes.
He's literally so
And
cool.
you can make another wisdom saving throw as you are beginning to reach the end of your air.
Oh, that's good. 22.
22.
That's good.
Take that moment and you pause and you look to him. He's breathing normally. And in that moment, that leap of faith, you breathe in. You feel the water fill your lungs. But it does nothing. It doesn't choke you.
Oh, that's weird.
It doesn't freeze your insides. And you descend further and further into the darkness until finally your feet reach some kind of purchase at the bottom. Your limbs are heavy.
Lord.
You're having a hard time moving. But step after step, you continue. And off in the distance, you see a very faint silvery blue light. And as you all walk through this light, you see shapes. You see figures who eventually begin to take form. Begin seeing many different kinds of faces. You see someone who is very reminiscent of someone you know, or someone at least you knew before he was disintegrated.
Spindly? Oh.
You see someone who looks very similar to him. You see him with 3 others, 3 relatively ordinary-looking people. Hair smattered, greasy, oily, underneath of hoods, broken teeth. But they look human. They seem human enough.
Are they the figures from the bar? From the tavern?
They are.
Eek.
They are indeed.
So it's the 3 humans in Spindly?
It looks like Spindly.
Oh, but it's
very
not.
similar to Spindly. And it is not the one you call Spindly.
Okay. It's Spindly 2.0.
Mm. You walk further and further, and just more faces begin appearing. Some you don't recognize. You're trying to take that moment and memorize every single feature, every single face that comes to you as you're walking further and further in. You see a woman adorned in very fine jewelry, high cheekbones. You can't tell from this perspective where she descends from, but she seems to be possibly middle-aged. Hair in clasps down her back, very long hair. She seems regal, if you had to put a single word on it. Many of the other faces are shrouded. And he stops, Alex stops, and his head turns off to the side. And as you look over, you can see before you what you didn't notice before as you were just watching all of these faces, is all of these faces are beside you, and they're forming a map. They're forming a map of the entire world. You see Croix Calesio, the northernmost continent. And you see just little lights smattering across it. You see Aphelion, the main continent south of you. Again, small lights. You see the Smoku Islands. This place is dark.
Spell that.
S-M-O-Q-U-E, Smoku.
S-M-O-Q-U-E.
Yeah, the Smoku Islands. You see Rafflesia, which is also south. Also, many lights there.
Alright, spell that one.
R-A-F-F-L-E-S-I-A.
R-A-F-F-A-L. Okay. Well,
L-E-S-I-A.
okay. Now I'll get it later. Also, okay. Oh, we said also mini lights. Mini lights.
Many lights.
Shit.
And you hear Malik's voice penetrate this place. It sounds distant, even though he's just within your grasp. He says, "This goes far beyond what we even know. We do not know the intent. We do not understand the purpose. There are suspicions, and others are still seeking the answers. But just know, the targets you seek are many. But, and in that moment, you watch the entire map just rush past you. And you see the initial sprite towns, villages that you saw initially. And that area is dark. And you almost see in this very faintly illuminated place between the ghost-like faces surrounding you, you can almost see a smile on Malik's lips. He says, "You took them away from this place, at least. This issue may be far more for you to tackle now. It may be good to work as you can, but know that you're already making a difference. Step after step after step." The faces fade, and you are plunged once again into complete darkness, and you hear his voice, "What else do you wish to know?"
The dark figure. Did you find anything else on the one that was in the Sprite Village, but also in the city of Bomberg? In Bomberg.
You don't see him nod. What you see instead is the memory, your memory, come forward in this ghostly white form, just swirl around you like mist, dancing in the water. And you can see the flames, almost in slow motion. You can see figures that were fallen before you. And in the shadows, you see the same figure that was before you. He says, their identity is still being hidden from me. But know they are an ally. My colleague evidently has other interests I was not privy to. You feel him step forward, walking closer and closer to the figure, as in slow motion you watch yourself fire the bolt into his shoulder, and he takes it, just watching you. You watch yourself fall, and you watch, as Nora stands there, you watch the figure pull out a potion, toss it, everything happening in this warbled, slow motion effect. But you see Nora catch it as the life is leaving your body. And you see, after she gives this to you, this was what helped bring you back. As you watch the figure turn and walking away into the shadows and the abyss before you.
So I guess technically I see him fire the crossbow at the dude too.
You do.
So is Malik saying that he has a companion that knows who this person is? Is that what he said?
He says one of his associates, someone else that he is aware of, has this person is with this person. What else do you wish to know?
Ugh, my mind is completely blown right now.
You're watching you and Nora both charge after this figure as he's walking further and further into the darkness before you.
If he's an ally, why did he leave? Why did he run away?
That I cannot answer. I do not know the directives or the intent of my own ally. I was not privy to this particular piece of information. Which, you see, he actually stops and he turns his body, it kind of bumps into you. And as you turn and look behind you, you see once again this silvery blue smoke form that same map before you. An entire map of the world. And you watch as lights are being extinguished.
I'm guessing that's a good thing.
His eyes glance over at you. The same silvery blue flames. He says, "It seems you are not the only one who has been tasked with setting them free."
Oh, the brain. Whew, it's expired. Damn. Wow, this man knows how to get some info. I'm like shook it out of my brain. I'm like, what? Okay. Wow. Okay.
Does it concern you? This figure.
Just more.
And as you turn back, you see that figure is now standing directly in front of you.
Oof.
As you turn back, you see that same mask, which I don't know if I described the mask before. It's less of a witch doctor's hat. It looks almost like a skull. It is painted white, but there are fragments of black along the cheekbones, almost looking like that of a skull, but more basic. There's very little brow ridge. There's just a place for the eyes. There's no place for the nose. And what looks like crackling lightning streaking down from the top down to the bottom. All etched in black and white.
Madison, I cannot remember. I'd have to search through my notes. But I know I insight checked him this figure a couple times. I didn't get a familiar vibe off of him at all, did I? Okay, I didn't think I did.
No.
It's not, then I guess, so his question to me was, it wasn't that does he scare me, like, does he worry me? Is that what he asked me?
Does it concern you that this figure helped? And as you turn back, expecting to see Malik's face, but instead you see that figure still just standing there, completely motionless, just watching.
I don't know if he concerns me in a good or a bad way. Something about him seems just odd. I don't really know how to explain it. He just seems unfeeling. Like he's not really alive.
Perhaps. Perhaps that is the case. My associate was not very forthcoming, except when I brought it up. Seemed interested that this individual's whereabouts were indeed known. And apparently they have been tasked with this for some time, whatever it is that they were doing here.
So this figure is trying to help the sprites, then?
You watch the scene replay as he raises his arm and fires a crossbow bolt. And it hits his companion in the back. You watch as he took the damage again and again and again in quick rapid succession, but he did nothing to retaliate against you.
This is just so confusing.
He's probably undercover.
Oh. Double agent.
They're not there.
I
was kind of thinking it. That just seems weird to me, I guess, that he would be. But I guess that could be a thing in D&D too, I guess. I guess that's not just in real life. Okay, well, I guess I'm not as concerned with the figure unless I meet up with him again.
We probably will.
Oh, yuck. I don't want to. I kind of want to, but I don't want to. So this dude's hunting them.
What else do you wish to know?
All of
Malik's once again.
all these events that have happened. The sprites and I don't know, I guess I've heard of some unrest in some places. I don't know if anything happened before the incident with my family, but I feel like there's just been a general shift since when I was younger. Are all of these things connected?
I wish I knew. The timing seems convenient.
It seems very spread out.
Does it? You look back at the map and just see this smattering of dots everywhere.
Seems organized.
Feel him nod.
I just hope that I can do my part.
Malik begins walking silently, back through the darkness. You feel him prepare to leap, instinctually grab tighter, and once again you are weightless, effortless, drifting through black abyss all around you. And you look up, and you just see mirrored these hundreds and thousands of stars. And then soon, it feels like you're passing through them. Before you break through the surface once again, he walks out of the water, ensuring that you are beside him. And you step after step after step come out of the water. You naturally have to gag as there was water in your lungs. And you have to cough. But you notice the moment you step foot on dry land, his fur is completely dry. You're slightly less fortunate.
It is what it is.
You hear him. And comes over and with a quick snort, you feel his warm breath cascade over you, and you are once again dry.
That is a wonderful trick.
Can you teach me that trick?
I hope this helps you.
Thank you. I have a lot to think about.
Nods. Take care of yourself. And be wary.
I will.
Is there anything else you wish to know?
This situation that I'm now currently in, these trolls, they're being controlled.
His eyes narrow. Seems like he's almost out of it as he's been gone. His eyes look at you and he thinks for a moment and
can I... So I did draw that sigil originally, that barrier sigil in my notebook. I know I don't probably have my notebook with me, but can I draw that in the sand and show him what it looked like? Because, I mean, I rolled really high on that.
You did. You go over and you try and draw on the ground.
No, you can't draw in the sand. Magic sand shit.
He looks at you. What do you wish to do?
There was a sigil. Something, it's a barrier that's keeping these people within this city. And these trolls, they're hunting them one by one, taking them to some place. We haven't found out where yet. We know that the trolls are being controlled by something. And then I described this figure that I saw in that prism.
His eyes flare. You hear this low growl. Like, that is certainly something worth destroying if you have the chance.
We intend to. But
be careful around such a creature.
What is it?
A hag. One that is very old. Very tricky. Managing to persuade people with her words for hollow promises. Tricky promises. Be very careful.
Thank
She
you.
may not have many tricks up her sleeve, but she is very persuasive.
Oof. That's not good. Okay. I nod. I'm just kind of like, okay. Well, we've killed a few of her minions. Hopefully we're getting closer to her by the day.
You can sense him sit up slightly straighter
Ooh.
upon hearing this. If that is all, you should continue to rest.
Thank you.
Nods. And turns around and starts heading for the woods. And there's a moment where he hesitates.
Why does he? How do you do this to me? No.
He glances over his shoulder back at you. Turns back.
Don't wait.
Darkness.
There was a thing I was going to ask him when he did that. Oh.
Step after step. You're watching him fade. It's maybe 3 or 4 steps away now.
Malik,
He stops.
is there anything else that I can help you with? You help me, but I would also like to be able to help you with anything that I can.
You see his head swing around in the darkness. You can only see the silvery blue light. You can't even make out where his head is anymore. And you watch as the rest of him fades, but the eyes remain. And the eyes shift. No longer are they... Their placement is different. I don't know why. I have no idea what you're doing over there. Their placement is different. The size is different. And you just hear, just continue on your path. As they fade into the darkness.
That was good! That was good! You did it! You did it! No disappointment, only good feels and helpful. Good, good. I'm not there, but... Oh! Nora's turned on.
The second he disappears, I'm like...
Ooh!
Not really, not really.
I cannot wait for his human description. Once you finally get it out of him.
I'm literally so red under my makeup, I can literally feel it. If this shit wasn't as dark as it was, I'd be dead.
Yeah. Oy. Hey! Looky! Atoy! Cheers! Think!
Can you do anything else?
Oh, I'm still there?
Mm-hmm. You watched him fade.
Oh!
Is there anything else you do?
I wonder if Bae knows anything about hags. She's a little tricky thing. How do you trick a trickster? You use a trickster. Do I hear Bae or do I hear anything?
Make a perception check.
She's always there.
She's always
Like,
there.
the whole time.
That's a tainted 20.
Tainted 20. You look around, and you don't see her. And as you begin walking back to that area, you feel yourself coming back to consciousness.
Damn.
With those final steps, you stretch, and you are once again waking up in a familiar basement. Nora!
I mean, yes?
You know you fell asleep. You're aware of this. And yet whenever you
Oh, wait.
open your
Is this
eyes,
good or bad?
Pay attention to hand movements.
you see a dark forest around you.
Okay.
And you look up through the canopy of trees and you see speckled stars.
I think it's from my place.
And they're in midnight blue sky.
It's mine.
I'm just in the normal forest. I just look up at the stars. I'm like, oh wow, those are nice. Do I have my hand things still on?
You do.
Okay. I brought them with me. Yeah.
Unless you took them off.
No, I didn't
Which
take
you
them
know,
off. I just didn't know if it came with me in the dream. Like, I'm never taking these things off unless I have to wash my hands or something. That'd be a little awkward. Alrighty.
You take a moment, glance about, and then you see a familiar hooded figure walking through the forest. As he pulls back his hood, and you can see him smile at you. It's good hearing from you today.
Oh.
Not often I get a message at random.
Well, I was rather
Steps-
stumped.
And steps forward and holds out his hand for you.
And he has the ring on and everything.
Make a perception check.
I know what
Which
you
way did he
did.
hold his hand out? I'm sorry, I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm not there.
17.
You see the ring.
Oh, it's just a ring. Okay. I go to him.
You see the ring. You take his hand and he helps you to your feet. I saw what it was that you did. That was very impressive.
Oh, what exactly was that?
You managed to utilize your sword and hinder the beast's movement. Kept it from charging as fast as it could at you.
Yes. I wanted it to stay very far away. But we ended up vanquishing it. 4 of them, actually. 3 of them. 3 of them. The villagers got the 4th.
There's a bit of a proud smile on his face. I'd expect no less.
Oy.
I'm glad the information was also very helpful for you. I was wondering earlier if you were trying to send me a riddle.
Yeah.
I admit, it seems like something we used to do. At the very least, whenever I was teaching you.
Yes. I rather enjoyed your riddles, but I wasn't very good at them.
That's fair.
Well, I did have a question.
Yes.
Whenever we killed the trolls, and they each had a crystal inside of them, and there was a figure in each of the crystals.
Really?
It was green and had long white hair and black gums and black eyes.
Ooh.
Yes, and it smiled at me and gave me a pendulum that looks like an eye, like a red eye. It has one as well.
That's not good.
Afraid not. I believe this is the thing that's controlling the trolls. Well, obviously, but I don't know whether or not to engage with the pendulum or not, or if we should try to find it by some other means.
Obviously, the choice is yours, but you did stay here for an extended period of time, electing to help these people.
That is true.
If you believe this is the root, the source of the corruption or the cause of these different attacks, perhaps it would be beneficial to uproot it. However, you said it looked like a red eye.
Yes, on a gold chain. And it had one just like it.
I haven't heard of that in a while.
Let me see. Rats. There was also the people in the town are trapped, and they can't seem to get out. Once again, I believe that if we take out this creature, that we will be able to get out, but I'm not sure how to go about that other way. Oh well, I'm sure we'll figure something out.
I know you will. You have the sigil or the mark?
I'm afraid I can't draw it from memory. Let's see. Yeah. I tried to memorize it, but I was too shaken up at the time.
I see.
But it goes all the way around the town as far as I could see. Or there's multiple on the roots of trees.
Let's extra check. Oh. Was it covered up?
Yes. There was
by a thick, viscous fluid?
Yes, it was.
Then you're working with Grimilda. Grimilda, yes. Rather nasty hag. She's had a few dealings in the past with entities of the Feywild. Been stripped of her abilities from time to time, as necessary, but often manages to regain some semblance of power.
She's been having the trolls abduct people from the town that she's holding hostage. Is there any
Sounds about right.
Is there any likelihood that they would survive, or is she probably killing them?
The way entities like her work is cruel in its own way. People like her thrive off of pain and suffering. And what could be more painful than loss or the unknown results of a loved one? Most likely, she's feeding off of it. Which, honestly, means she's trying to regain her abilities once again. How long has this been going on?
They said it's been going on about 6 months.
Then you can still head her off at the pass. You see his green eyes kind of flare with this energy.
Maybe he knows how to kill it.
Do you know or have any tips on fighting hags?
Thanks. They can be very tricky to see. They have a way of being able to disguise themselves in plain sight. Being able to hide in the shadows or vanish entirely. If she has not yet regained any of her original abilities, then perhaps there's still a chance. She gave you a pendant or an amulet of sorts.
Yes, and she has one identical to it.
It very well seems like she's trying to complete the final ritual. Usually you need some kind of magical essence. You need a certain amount of souls or powerful entities. Evidently, she sees you or someone else in your party as a viable source for this.
Oh, God.
How problematic. I leave you alone for a few days and this is what happens. You can't stay out of trouble, can you?
Afraid not.
Oh well, keeps things interesting.
Sorry.
Even though it's dangerous, sometimes magic doesn't always work on them. Bear that in mind. Getting close isn't usually a good option either, but given the circumstances.
Alright. So, fighting her physically would be more advantageous.
Potentially. I don't know how many abilities she possesses.
And you said she can disguise herself? Like turning into someone else?
Not that or vanishing entirely.
Right. I see. You wouldn't happen to know her likely dwelling place, like a cave or a hut or in plain sight?
No, unfortunately. Creatures like her tend to migrate from place to place. Once you've siphoned away the life force of an area, what good is it to stay there? Which is terribly inconvenient, especially if you're trying to get rid of them. Obviously, this is not the first time. She's obviously had several backups in the past. And ending her now may very well not be the last of it, but it certainly would deter her for some time. Does this help at all?
Oh, very much. Afraid I would be fighting blind without your guidance.
You underestimate yourself.
Push over.
Did you hear that? Naughty pigeon. Should I avoid touching the pendulum? Or would that be a way to just communicate? Possibly.
Without seeing it, I'm at a loss to give you proper guidance.
Because do you have it with you?
No, I left it in the bag. I didn't want to touch it.
Oh, that.
Sorry. No, it's not with me. It's not with me. Right.
Whatever it is, be careful handling it. It could very well be a trap.
That is true. Alright. Well. Throw us off of pain. Alrighty. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll just go have to see what trouble I can get myself in later.
Don't do that.
Well, have you been staying out of trouble lately?
I've been trying, at the very least. I've not been entirely successful. My relative host, he kind of glances in the direction of the pool of water. It's like my relative host would disagree, as I tend to be more questioning than he does, but people tend to like him a little bit better, especially the stuffy ones.
I don't see how that's possible.
He knows the more proper social graces and is willing to adhere to certain laws and rules in order to gain favor. It certainly keeps him in good social standing, especially with the council, but...
Well, let me see. Well, have to flex a little bit. It's the wrong thing. No, never mind.
We don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, that's true.
To see you, Willends. I'm glad to see you, and I was glad to hear from you. And I hope you stay out of trouble and keep safe. And keep the others safe.
I'll try to keep the others safe, but I'm not too great at that myself.
Don't worry.
And I'll try to be more clear with my messages in the future.
That would be beneficial.
I haven't practiced enough. Oh well.
It is certainly a skill.
Alrighty. Well, it was good to see you.
And you.
Oh.
He brushes a piece of stray hair from your face. Take care. Stay alive. He grabs your chin, gives you this hard look. Hopefully I'll see you again very soon.
I can't with her faces. Like, I'm trying to look at you and she's right there, like, rolling her eyes and like, okay. I'm trying to have a moment.
Stop here.
I need a private moment with my man. It's like, thank you. And you stay safe too.
Always. You feel yourself being pulled back into consciousness. The last thing you see are his green eyes fading into the darkness as you wake up.
Jasper! Sorry.
Do you do that?
Her, shout at the top of her lungs. This means he's up now.
Alright. Okay, so I'm awake.
You and Talavin are both awake.
And I'm like, so like, I assume I woke up first then.
You did.
I like kind of like sit up. I guess am I sleeping near her? I assumed I was.
Yeah, I did
Your
too.
cots are next to one another.
Okay.
So we can hold hands when we sleep. Like that one.
No, we don't do that. We do not do that.
That was kind of awkward.
We do not do that.
Not canon.
I guess I'm kind of like sitting up, like just like thinking about the things that I talked about with Malik. When I see her kind of wake up, I kind of like nudge her a little bit, and I'm like, sit up. I want to talk to you.
Just kind of, yes.
And I tell her about my dream. I tell her about the the figure. I tell her about the dark figure, and I tell her about there being like another spindly, and I like describe the woman, and then I tell her about what Malik told me about the hag.
I tell her about my dream.
Look at us being trustful.
Look at us being trustful.
Look at that.
It took us a while to get to this moment.
Like literally 23 days.
But we did.
25.
I'm going to say we're dealing with Grimilda, an ancient hag. She thrives off pain, and she's apparently trying to complete some final ritual, and she needs some sort of soul, final special soul to complete whatever it is for her to get her powers back. And whenever we fight her, because we will fight her and we will set these people free, because I'm using charisma, it says that she can disguise herself, and that magic doesn't always work on her, so we should...
So Madison, would Talavin be able to so actually I have a couple questions.
Yes.
Fairy fire. Can you be able to see things that are invisible when you cast that?
Yeah.
Okay, because when I was reading it, I was very confused at what it was trying to tell me. Okay. And then my because he said that she's did he say that she's part Fae almost?
Yeah, like...
I know
she
you
thrives
mentioned
off of
it.
the Fae.
So if she's part Fae, I can track her.
She's had connections with the Feywild. Correction.
Yes,
She's
she
had
got-
some connections with the
Oh, I
Feywild.
thought she-
Interactions with it.
Kicked out of the Feywild.
Because I was gonna say if she's part Fae, I can track her. Damn it!
We have to find the tracks in the first place.
Well, hopefully there's only like 2 more trolls that we can kill and then find her and kill her.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I think I need to interact with the pendulum. Because I did tell her about the pendulum, didn't I?
And I'm just gonna kind of say I don't agree with that. I don't think we should mess with it at all. I think it's dangerous.
I don't know how else we can find her.
I mean, if she's waiting to suck somebody up into that thing,
Possibly.
if somebody interacts with it, then...
Well, there is a way I might be able to counteract that. If I can finish my identity ritual. And I need to find a pearl. This gosh darn pearl. Where am I going to find one?
How would you be able to counteract it, though, with that?
I'd be able to tell what the object does. I do have to touch the object in order to figure out. I can find out. I can learn about the magical item.
Madison! That jeweled
Learn the
dagger
properties.
that I had, did it have any good jewels on it? Like a pearl, maybe? I'd never asked.
Did I have a pearl on it?
I
It
don't
does
know.
not have a pearl in it.
Bam!
A luck roll? I'm gonna use my luck. Push roll.
No, I'm not using luck.
Gonna push
Don't
it.
have it.
I'm gonna push it.
I'm gonna push it. It's called Cthulhu, like the way
Push
that
it
you can
real good.
push rolls. So basically, you get advantage, but if you fail the second time, it's real bad. And then
It's like rolling 2 natural ones. Something really bad happens to you.
Really, really bad. Yeah, exactly. All right. Where would maybe they probably wouldn't have one in the temple, would they? I'm gonna ask Katie whenever she wakes up. But yeah, if I can identify it, then I can learn how to use it, and I can learn what it does and what spell is on it. So that
Okay.
way, I mean, the problem is I have to touch it in order to do that in the first place. So that kind of counteracts
Yeah, the whole touching thing.
the whole touching thing.
Do you have to touch it? Oh, yeah, fuck.
That's like rule 1. You have to
Because I
touch
thought,
it.
damn.
Touchy, touchy.
Because he doesn't always touch it. Well, I guess he does touch it. I thought he always just holds the
I know I have to touch
pearl
it.
booty.
Yes. Okay.
Well, if you said she's after something magical?
It seems, well, what Jasper told me, I kind of say, don't like Jasper told me, like, I keep his name Well, because I've only ever told you
Yeah,
about
technically I never even said Malik's name. I just said,
You
this is
did.
what I dreamed about. Oh, I guess I did tell you Malik told me, or I don't remember.
Oh,
I was just telling you generally what I had to dream about.
I know that his name is Malik, though.
But that probably told you about...
You did.
Okay.
You told me.
Because I was like, I know I've told you about the Bay.
Yes, yes.
She's
You
the
told
one
me
that
about
you...
all of them.
Bay's the one you heard that was oh, whoa, me.
I know.
Because you were wondering.
Okay, yes, I think, because, yeah, we just have to, I have to touch it. Okay, so, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
In Find Familiar, it said that if the familiar is within, I think it was like 50 feet, and I'm in battle, and I have a spell that requires touching, that the familiar could deliver the touch for me. Like, familiars can't do damage in battle, but it said that they can touch it, if it has, like, a touch element. So, like, if I were to do, like, Healing Hands or something, I mean, if I had the spell Healing Hands, then I could cast it through the familiar. I think it's towards the end of, like, the big long paragraph.
What's the spell with
When you
the
can
range
range.
of touch? Your familiar can deliver the spell as if it had cast the spell. It must be within 100 feet of you, and must use its reaction to deliver the spell when you cast it.
So would that apply to rituals?
But don't you have to be in
For
battle?
rituals?
Mm-hmm. Like, instead of me touching it, I... Oh, I'm sorry,
terrible.
Michiko. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
Be awful.
Pumpkin lives.
Pumpkin lives! I literally
Like,
love
usually it has the hit point of a kitten, which is like 3.
Right.
In theory, the answer is yes, but if it's ritual cast, it usually happens within the area of the ritual cast. If that makes sense.
No.
No, it doesn't.
So is it the yes or no, I guess? It's okay
A
if it's
ritual,
a no.
a ritual is something that you perform like where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, she's asking if she casts this ritual spell, if she has the hawk touch it instead of her, can that work to identify it?
Yeah, for identify.
Oh, you don't have to. Whenever you're doing it as a ritual, you don't have to touch it.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
You don't?
I didn't think so.
That
'cause
was
he
rule
can-
number 1. It was like, touch object.
But that's
Well,
also
it's-
for...
If you're using a ritual, you place something in the center and you cast around it.
Okay.
You almost make like a transmutation circle around it.
Yeah, I will.
And so you don't actually have to touch it.
Awesome. Okay, I like that much better. Sorry, I
Yeah.
misunderstood.
If you were casting Identify, and you have to hang on to it in order to cast it. But if you're ritual casting, you're setting up this ritual around this particular object.
Gotcha.
So, in theory, you don't have to touch it, you only have to touch the circle around it.
I like that. I like that. Oh, I like it.
That's how I'm interpreting it anyway.
Okay.
We
What is
still
it?
need to find a pearl and an owl feather.
Does it sound like Katie's awake?
Make a perception check.
I don't see anything.
Mine don't either.
Got an 8.
2.
It's still relatively early in the
7.
morning. You all did have a
7,
full
8.
rest, but you all had just woken up a few hours prior to you fighting again.
That's true.
So you're feeling extra rested.
Well, this is refreshing.
So much sleep!
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, so that means I get all my hit dice back now? That I've taken
Yes,
2
it
long
does.
rests?
All of your hit dice, all of your spell slots, all of your healing. You're still a little bit sore, but that could be remedied with some stretches.
Up to. Okay, so while I'm waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and finish Identify in
I thought
my
you
book.
finished it the night before.
I don't.
You said you finished it the night before while I was in the bath.
Okay. Well, Madison, I don't think she said I ever had finished it.
No.
Did I finish
You
it?
finished it whenever you woke up.
Okay, so it's done. That's good.
Yeah.
And now what do I do? I guess. I mean, I can't endow anything. That's okay. I'll probably just wait and we can maybe talk about some strategies for how to find a hag. I mean, I could send Suki out to kind of scope out the area. Although
perception check.
Yeah, although it is likely that Gramilda's hut or wherever she's staying is invisible. So that might be a waste of time. Maybe not.
We need to somehow be able to lure one of them out.
Hang
and
on.
follow it back.
Can I make an intelligence check to see if Gramilda would have to be within the confines of the circle that she created? Like,
Hang on, that again?
all the like sigils on the roots of trees, how it circles the city, would she have to be within that circle? So that would limit the space that we have to search.
That's still 10 miles in every direction, though.
You can make an Arcana check. Or maybe an intelligence check.
Was that an either or was that like an intelligence changing Arcana?
One or the other.
Okay, I chose Arcana because that's way better.
I chose Arcana.
And I got a 23 for Arcana.
Damn, your Arcana's high as hell. Oh, actually, mine's the same.
From what you understand about the sigils on the ground, anybody who's tried to go after or search the area has had no luck.
Right.
Probably means that she is outside of the circle. Probably.
Okay. Well, still, that's probably a good to know either way.
I mean, at the very least, she might just be in the one direction the trolls are usually going. The southwest direction. I mean, we could at least start there.
Yeah, that works. I'm still gonna try to do my identify object first.
We just have to find the stuff. But to start going around and asking
Can't
people.
I druid craft a pearl or something? Isn't that a thing? Okay.
You can't druid craft a pearl.
Okay. Fair enough. Sorry, you said we should go try to find...
I mean, if you want to find this pearl first, we should at least ask around town, see if maybe anybody has something.
Okay. Wanted to ask Katie first. Okay, I'm just gonna wait till Katie wakes up and see if they have an owl feather or a pearl.
Can I do another perception check and see if she's awake now?
Is she awake now? No.
Yeah, sure.
No.
Go ahead.
No.
9.
A 9.
That's a 10, sorry. It's a 10.
10. I'm being terribly quiet this morning.
We can't get out either because she has...
Yeah, she had the doors locked. Alright, I'm going to, sneaky up the stairs and knock on the door.
Wait a couple minutes. For you hear. She opens the door. It's Katie. Her hair is still down. She still has her nightgown. Like, yes. Oh, sorry. After the excitement of last night, I overslept. I'm so sorry.
No, we just woke up. We were just...
Right. You probably want the stairs down. Hang on. She... Make stealth. Yeah, no.
Like that one time with Wyatt in the bar.
No one wakes up. Everyone is still exhausted from the day before.
It's good.
And she goes up to the door, mutters the arcane words, and the spell is dissipated. And she's like, I'm going to go back, and she clenches her nightgown. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I have a question.
She goes back.
Oh wait, I'm gonna follow her as she goes. I'm gonna follow her. You wouldn't happen to have a pearl laying around that I could borrow, do you?
Or know anybody that has one.
A pearl.
Well, no.
Okay.
No, we don't have any pearls or anything. What for?
A ritual.
I mean, I don't know if anybody else in town has one. Maybe you could go ask them.
Okay, I'll go ask
I
them.
don't know.
Thank you.
Everybody might be outside a little bit. It's going to be a long day.
Do you have an owl feather either?
No.
No?
Owl feathers? No? Okay.
No?
Never mind.
No, Alpha. Sorry.
This is gonna be really hard. At this point, it would just be worth my soul being possessed. Like, it's too much effort. It's
I'll
kinda
touch it. I'll touch it before you do.
It's kind of like whenever your drink is like just out of reach and you're like, I'm real thirsty, but it's not worth getting up. It's like that. It's just like that.
It's like when you're watching a really terrible commercial, but the remote's just like right out of reach, and you're just like,
I'm just gonna watch it. Like that's where I'm at right now. Okay.
How you doing?
I'm gonna go take care of the horses.
All right, you go outside and you begin taking care of the horses.
What is that face? What did she make a face? Did she make a face?
No.
What face did she make?
I was gonna say, while you're outside, I just like touch it while you're gone.
You do this? Talavin, you go outside and begin taking care of the horses.
I'm
Nora,
debating.
do you touch it?
I'm hardcore.
Don't, Mackenzie. I will whoop that ass when I get a hold of you.
So I want to waste a whole day looking for a pearl. Or I could just touch it. Okay.
At least have somebody else touch it, not you. Because you're the one that could potentially find out what it is if somebody does get soul sucked.
Oh, I mean, it probably is, because Jasper did say she's looking for a soul. So
Well, like, don't let it be you. What is wrong with you?
Okay, fine. I'm gonna go look for a pearl. I'm gonna go.
Talvin's fucking pigeon is like, get away from there.
I'm being attacked by a pigeon. Okay. Okay.
At least don't leave without me.
No, I won't leave without you. I'll be smart, I guess. I just wanna, Okay. Now, can I make like an intelligence check on the most likely place in town where I could find one of these things?
Yeah, sure.
There's not going to be any.
Can I help her?
I got a natural 20. I got a
Never
natural
mind.
20.
You're in the middle of working with your horses. You can't help her.
Where is it?
Well, you said we were done helping the
The
horses.
most likely place would be a store. Most likely some kind of jewelry store.
A jewelry store. They have those.
Most likely a jewelry store.
And they have jewelry stores in this town?
Probably not anymore.
You
Playing off of this nat 20?
actually did, on your way, as you were exploring around town, on your way back from the temple, as you all were looking at different scratch marks, you did pass by one.
Yes! Okay. We're good.
Are you gonna come get me now?
I'm gonna tell her that, then I'm going to the jewelry store.
I'm gonna go with her.
What a lovely
Are
day.
you gonna saddle up or are you gonna walk?
I'm going to fully weaponize,
Yes.
but we can walk if you want.
Let's have a lovely stroll. It's sussing on Buttercup. At least they can occupy each other.
They're probably about to fight each other.
Probably.
They're once again in a staring contest.
They will kill each other one day. I promise. Not good.
Alright, we're walking to
They're
the jewelry store.
They've got, if horses could have bags under their eyes, it doesn't look like they've actually slept.
Are all the other horses just staring at them, or they're just ignoring them? Oh God.
Yeah, they're like staring, it's like watching, like
Hang on,
waiting for
what
something to
are they saying anything?
Oh please, yes. I actually want to hear this.
Are they smack talking each other, please?
Please.
Just smack talking each other.
Yes.
Close your eyes first. I'm not a coward. Well, I'm not a coward. You look tired. Yeah, I don't look tired. I definitely don't look tired.
Oh my God.
They're just going back.
What are the
and
male
forth,
horses
back and
saying?
forth.
Or is anyone commenting?
What about the other horses? Are they like?
They're just like,
No, they're not saying anything. They're just heads down. Warrior's the only one who's eating, and it's because he's been tied up in such a way he can't look behind him, so he doesn't know what's going on.
He's eating happily.
He's like,
This is intense scene is happening.
Behind him, he's just like da 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 da.
this is some nice curtains.
I'm totally seeing that moment. I can't remember. I think it was the Incredible Hulk, like the very first one. Whenever Stanley's in the library and he has like the headphones on, and they're like fighting in the background or something.
I think that's Spider-Man.
Is
That's
it?
Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that happens in one of the Spider-Man movies.
He was just
With,
like.
I think Andrew Garfield.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's just like,
That's totally what I saw.
He's like fighting in it. He's just like da 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 da, looking through the computer,
Okay,
jamming to his tunes. Probably his Iron Man tunes, some AC/DC.
probably.
I mean, it had to be some
Yeah.
Thunderstruck going on, be jamming that
but
loud.
at any rate, this
Okay,
intense scene is happening.
I'm just gonna let
Warrior
it be.
is oblivious. Both Near and Firefoot are
And
just over
Taper.
in the corner. Every once in a while, they glance, ears go back, look away.
Okay. Alright, let's go to the jewelry store.
Okay.
La la la. And we didn't tell him
You
where
all-
we were going, but it's fine.
I was gonna say I'll leave a note.
That's smart.
I'll leave a note
Mm.
under Jacob's pillow, or like just like,
Just leave it on our
or just like
side.
set it down on his chest. I'm like, douche, and then I leave.
I'm gonna move it to the pillow.
Okay.
To our pillows. And then we'll go.
You actually, as you are writing the note, you all get ready to leave, and you actually hear, wait.
Is that Spice?
Mhm.
I turn around and I'm like, what's the matter?
And she points to the note. You're leaving?
We're just going to a jewelry store real quick. We gotta see if there's something we can get for a spell.
Do you think they? Do you think they have silver mirrors or like balls of crystals?
They might.
Silver mirrors
And balls of
and
crystal?
balls of crystal.
I don't think I have any crystals. Hold on.
Hmm.
I can't remember what crystals I got.
It's likely that they might.
I have obsidian geode. What is LNS? Amethyst and rose quartz. A large and small. Amethyst, rose quartz.
What do you need it for?
Does she need just any kind of crystals?
That's what I'm asking.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I was hoping she starts looking down, playing with the edge of her shirt. I was hoping I might be able to try something.
Alright, we can look for
Yeah,
you.
we can look.
Okay.
Alright, we'll be back. She's so cute.
And we're looking for Spice too. Ah, she's
Madison,
so
what does
cute.
Spice look like? I can't remember.
Isn't she ginger?
Isn't she like a little,
Yeah, she's got her hair's down in braids, and she's maybe her physical appearance kind of looks like she's young, maybe around 10 years old for what humans look like. She's young.
Alright. Well, we'll be back soon. I would offer if you wanted to come, but I think Jin and Talel might have a conniption if they woke up and you were gone.
They would burn this place to the ground. What are you talking about?
I can write a note.
Okay.
If you want to come, you're more than welcome.
Okay. She goes over and she scribbles on the note.
Alright.
Quick handwriting.
Mm-hmm.
And then flies over to you.
Where would you like to ride? Would you be okay if I put my hood up and you could stay here? Is that okay with you?
Just in the hood.
Just in the hood?
Put it up.
Okay. Make sure to stay hidden.
Okay.
You're not gonna run away, are you?
No.
Alright. Let's go. Inside check!
Damn! Damn!
Inside check.
7?
7? She seems to be honest. Seems like she's honest.
Insight check. No, I'm sus.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
Natural 20. It's a reroll.
Reroll. Wait, what if you added?
If I add my insight, it's 26. And I got a natural 20. I can't get that close.
20. Natural 20. Yeah, that's a reroll.
Fuck. 9.
It's less than that. She's telling the truth.
Okay.
She seems to be getting out of her element, and she's kind of getting a better idea of who you guys are. It seems like that she seems to be honest.
Okay.
The likelihood of her actually trying to run away or flee is minimal at best.
All right.
I mean, if there was something happened that scared her, she'd be like, zoom, zoom.
It seems within her character.
Copy. Alright, we head on out.
You all begin walking down the streets. You descend, you take some lefts, you take some rights. And eventually, you come across one of the same paths that you took on your way down from the top of the tower. And you do see there is a small jeweler shop called Myron's.
Is that a E-N-S or an I-N-S?
Y-R-O-N''S. Myron's.
Alright. We go inside. Or at least
Knock.
knock on the door, and because it is kind of early.
No response.
Is there a window? Can I peek in the window?
There's a window. Mm-hmm.
Can I look in and see if there's any pearls?
Make a perception check, and the windows actually have curtains draped over them, so it's either a higher DC or disadvantage. Which do you prefer?
Probably an advantage.
Let's do it.
Can I help her
You can look too.
so she can make a normal? Okay.
You all are making separate perception checks.
I'll do mine disadvantage.
I'll do mine.
That's trash.
I'll do mine with the
That's even
higher
trasher.
DC.
Okay.
I got a natural 18.
Yeah, I don't see shit. I got
So,
like a 10.
22.
22.
I see all
You go over, and as you're leaning in,
pearls.
just a hot breath just fogs it up, and you're like, great. You go to wipe it away, and it just smudges, and you're like... You, Nora, on the other hand, go over, and you see that there's a very fine slit in between the curtains where it looks like someone might have peered out and ducked back inside. And you take that moment, you tilt your head, and glancing over in one of the corner cases, you do see a couple of what look like pearl rings.
I get those stars in my eyes. Sing! I see it. I see it. While I'm at it, do I see the things that Spice wanted too? The silver mirror and the... What was the second thing?
Crystal. Small
crystals.
You do see a couple of crystals.
Okay.
They're not very big.
That's good. That's good.
Mm.
I'm gonna try knocking again.
Be like, hey, we're looking to buy some pearls.
Is anyone home? Is anyone present?
I'll be like, hey, we're looking to buy some pearls if you have any.
I know you do. Don't. No, sorry.
As you glance inside, you see this quick see the top of someone's head.
Oh, dear God.
You hear a... There's a very small eye slit, and you see a... What do you want?
We're looking to buy some of your wares. I would like to buy some pearls. I know that we're not from around here, but I was hoping to buy some of your wares.
Very persuasion roll.
You may have recognized us from the battle with the trolls yesterday.
That's a natural 19.
Shameless plug.
So 24.
15. Please.
Between the two of you speaking, he looks and you hear all the way down the floor.
Dear God.
I mean, it is a jewelry store.
Okay.
Closest
Door.
to alarms.
Opens, and you see before you actually standing a gnome. Elderly gnome has gray puffs of hair around, balding on top, but just almost like these little cotton balls along the sides of his head,
That's a male.
just powdering. He has these crow's nests right by his eyes. His nose is a little bit swollen around the base, but very thin lips. He has a little bit of scraggle on his chin where he probably hasn't shaved. A little bit of a crazed look in his eye. He currently has these pair of spectacles that are on top of his head, but they have lens after lens after lens after lens after lens. They kind of stick up almost like two golden
Reminds me of
horns
Mold
out of the
from
top of his head as they're hanging there. He's wearing a green vest, a kind of dirty white shirt, and these kind of brownish pants. And he opens it, stares up at you two.
Good
Those
morning.
newcomers, aren't you?
Yes, we are. We've been here for a few days, so we're not as new as we were.
I see. You're responsible for the thing that happened down the street.
We were responsible for killing it.
It's actually real near the place where you saw the fiery net being tossed over the one troll as the final blows were dealt to it.
No, we
We had something to do with it.
sort of.
Sort of. Fun.
Hurry inside!
Alright.
Backs up and motions and possibly fast hands. You all go inside. He shuts the door, and you can see there's a step ladder that goes up to where the eye hole was, and he all the way up as he steps up the ladder, locks back all of the doors.
I don't know.
You said you're looking for pearls.
Yes, and
Silver mirrors, as well as silver mirrors and crystals. Cannot speak today.
What kind of crystals?
small crystals. Like a crystal ball, but small.
I'd be looking at any crystals.
He walks down and scurries off to the back.
I'm looking for any kind of crystals because I might buy some crystals too.
Go ahead and just make a general perception check as you all finally
Yes,
take in
what
the
is
overall
in
wares of this
here?
place.
23.
What was that? 23. Oh.
But I saw where the pearls were earlier, so I'm gonna go there.
You see where they are, but right now that's kind of your primary focus. You walk over to that area. As soon as you enter, the majority, it's not a very big establishment. It's actually majority counters. You see there are counters on either side, on the left and right, and then there's a center counter going across. There's a back room over to the left-hand side with a curtain. There are no shelves on this particular place, and actually the air itself is a little bit musty, a little bit dusty. As you breathe in, there's almost a thickness to it. As
Probably been
this
closed for
place
6
probably
months.
has not been perused for quite some time. You actually see, as you look down, you actually see where the dust has settled on the floor, and each step you take leaves one of your footprints.
I'm gonna just, as I go, press the digitation, Prestidigitation.
There's dust
You
everywhere.
just begin tidying up someone else's area, someone
Yeah.
else's home. You see the top of his head, balding head, come over, and he sets a tray up on top of one of the counters that you just cleaned, and he gets up, he looks, wipes his finger across. Did you do this? Deception check.
I feel like he's not happy with it. That's a 12. Deception low.
He just kind of looks, how am I supposed to catalog if I can't tell how much dust is in different areas?
You catalog by dust?
No. Yes. Yes, I like the dust. Leave my dust alone.
Yes, I like the dust.
Okay. I won't clean anything else.
Good.
Okay.
Here's your pearls. And he shoves the tray forward. And here are your crystals. And he shoves the next tray forward. And you can
We need to collect this stuff.
So wait, while I was perusing, because I got a 23 for investigation, did I see anything else? Like, did I see anything of interest?
Much like the piece of obsidian that you had, there are actually a few stacks of obsidian just in these beautiful blocks, these carved blocks, 3 inches by 3 inches by about 7 inches or so. You also see that there are some very lovely pieces of amethyst. You see a few rose quartz balls, which are have been shined and polished.
And the pearls? Are they in good condition?
The pearls, you look at them, and they're all very lovely. All of them are shined within an inch of their life. They sparkle, they gleam. It's weird. He keeps very good care of the jewelry, but the containers themselves, he just keeps dirty.
So then, the crystals that he brings from the back, what are they?
These particular crystals, they are just a simple clear quartz. They have a little bit of swirling edge to them. There may be 4 or so inches. Some of them are 4 inches. Some of them are 8 inches. He actually takes one. He lifts it up and up on top of a pedestal. It's probably 8 inches in diameter. And then there are a couple others that just look like shiny marbles. Do you want to make jewelry out of these? What do you need them for?
Practice.
Yeah, I'll let her talk. Because I don't know.
We dabble in the arcane.
I figured that much.
That's why we need the crystals.
Does Spice say anything to you when she sees the crystals?
Probably. I mean, she hasn't said anything.
If Spice saw the crystals, would she, like, maybe be able to say which one she needed? I mean, she's not with me.
Yeah, she hasn't peeked over the hood at this point.
Okay.
She hears the new voice.
Okay. Well, I'll distract her. Maybe you can ask her. And I'm gonna point over to the blocks of obsidian, I guess, that are not where we currently are. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna be like, hey.
And a container on the right hand side. One of the ones that you pressed to digitation.
Oof. Well, I'm gonna point to those. I'm gonna be like, how much for one of the blocks of obsidian?
He goes over. You clean my dust. Goes over. Which one do you want? Opens the container and begins taking them out. And you can see that some of them actually have what look like. It's almost like they look imperfect, but they have like this almost smoky swirl to them. There are some that are completely black, and then there are others that look like they have maybe been fired or placed in some kind of like kindling urn.
Which one's the darkest? Whichever one is like the blackest, that's the one I want.
Yeah, he pulls out one of the last ones and sets it up on the counter. Does that head see clear through the top?
How much for this one?
Looks at it. Sniffs it. Back up on top of the counter. I can't do it. You're laughing. 80 gold.
How 80?
You claim my stuff. It's a penalty fee. In the meantime, you.
Yes, while they're
Nora.
distracted, I'm gonna kind of kneel down to make it look like I'm looking closer at the crystals without touching them, and to get Spice closer to them. And so then my hair will be to one side. Be like, Spice, which one do you want?
You hear, she leaps and she.
You can pick whichever one you want.
She glances over and sees the one guy sniffing the one block. Cocks her head curiously and flies over one of them. That one. She flies back.
As I'm pointing to the amethyst and the rose court ball, I'm like, how much are those?
Just like,
because I'm actually curious. I just want to know.
It's so clean. He goes over to the next container, opens it, begins setting up the rose ball, or the rose quartz ball, as well as the other pieces of amethyst. He's like, sets it back up. This will run you 50 gold.
For the rose court ball?
Yes.
And how much for the amethyst?
These are one of them has been pearled or cast into a ball, has been polished. So one of them is a ball. That one also goes for 50 gold, and then the other two are more natural. He's charging 30 or no 27 for those.
Okay. I pick out for the amethyst. I'm not gonna get a rose quartz ball. I'm gonna pick out this is a purple. I'm gonna pick out the deepest shade of purple that's out of the two natural ones, and then the piece of black obsidian.
the two natural ones.
Just one of the natural pieces of amethyst. So that'll be, and I'll give him, since I cleaned his shop, I'll give him 110 gold.
You set it on the counter, and he just pours it out over top of himself as he begins counting on the ground.
Okay, I'm gonna give him 9 platinum and then 20 gold.
9 platinum and 20 gold.
And I'm just gonna say I'm sorry for cleaning your shop.
You should be.
Don't make me continue.
Not every day that people come and take stuff from my collection and then give me coin for it.
Lord have mercy. He's lucky I don't keep cleaning. And then I ask him, I'm like, do you have any silver mirrors?
We do. He rummages around in you. He pulls out one. It's about a foot tall by 8 inches wide. Very lovely.
How much for
it
that?
It actually has swirls that look like roses.
God,
so there are adornments on it that look like roses, just branching and vining all the way around the sides.
I cannot pay for it.
He sets it up on top.
Is it the smallest one?
How much for the mirror?
Looks. Penalty fee, 1,000 gold.
Maybe I should ask.
You go ahead, fam.
All right. So while she's doing that, I'm picking out a pearl ring or necklace or whatever's there. Just like one that looks like it's substantial and that I'll be able to use forever. So I don't have to look for pearls again. Okay.
Easy enough. You find one that is actually inset in a... Are you looking for one that's in a ring or one that's freeform?
It can be in either for ritual casting. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Probably
guess.
freeform would be better.
Okay, yeah, I'll get a freeform one then.
You find two of them that you probably think would be the most substantial. One of them is a liquid mercury color.
Ooh.
Kind of this swirly looking pattern on one side, most likely where it sat in the base. And then the other one is cream, but there is a lavender hue to the, almost like around the center, around the circumference of it.
They're
That
both
sounds
so
nice.
pretty. Okay, I need to ask him about the prices. So I take the, whatever crystal that Jen pointed to. And then...
Or spice.
Oh, sorry, spice. Yeah, you're right. If I'm allowed to touch them. No, I'm not gonna pick it up. I'm just gonna wait till he's done, and then...
He counts. He sits there and he counts all of it. After he dumped it out on his head, he reaches back and pulls the rest out of his hair. Gathers it up. This'll work. You want the mirror?
I'll think about it. Give me a minute. I think she wants to buy something, though.
Oh, yes, I do.
Walks all the way over. Gets up on the corner. Yes.
I was gonna ask about the price of this crystal, and then about these two pearls, what the prices are for them individually.
He looks at the one, just snatches it with his fingers. With a quick flick of his head, the glasses that were just resting up on top set perfectly on his nose as he... Is our years going to be worth 25 gold?
Dear God.
All right, I'll take.
You didn't clean. You get it for 15. Kind of gives you the stink eye on the other side of the room.
I pressed the digitation something else. I'm just kidding.
Oh, so that was the crystal, right?
Mm.
Okay, and then about the two pearls, what's the price difference on these?
Both of these are 250. But because you didn't clean anything.
Now I definitely pressed the digitation something.
Stop it. Did you like... Just watch the dust. Just evaporate in there.
I can threaten him this way.
These will be 150 gold each.
150 gold each.
It's not bad.
All right. I will just take the mercury one then.
Oh, we're taking the lavender one. It's so pretty.
That's a lot of gold. Well, just the mercury one will be fine. Do you prefer any other kind of currency? I have some dry goods, or if you prefer gold, then that's fine as well.
What kind of dried goods?
I have 4 pounds of dried boar, if you would like that. Yes, I do. But I was also curious, before I check out... Yes, I have meat. Actually,
Let me
yes.
see it.
I pull it out, and I show it to him. I'm like, but I was also, before I let him touch it, I'm also looking for a silver mirror as well. Would you happen to have one?
He gets down off the chair. He goes over, pulls the silver mirror from the side, and comes back. Goes up the stairs, lays it out in front of you, and pushes it forward. It's lovely. It's the silver. It's about 1 foot long by 8 inches or so wide. The top is just this weave of roses. Just these intricate open roses. There are a couple of rosebuds around the corners.
Ooh.
Just very elegant.
I want this in real life. And is this the only one that you have?
Yes.
Inside check.
You're not there.
I'm standing right over there. I mean, I'm listening.
You're like hitting the walls, cleaning them. Poof.
I only did it once. The second time he
I
insulted
just see
me.
you in the background, just cleaning. Alright, yeah,
I
I'm
made
just
this anime TV form where you're just in the back, just
That's a natural
cleaning up.
20.
He seems to be honest.
okay.
My hand glows with prestidigitation.
I'm gonna say,
kidding.
like this is perfect. I'll take the crystal, the mercury.
Swoops the glasses back up on top of the notch. You can actually see there's like a divot in his head where the glasses sit.
And the silver mirror, and I'll give you all of the stride boar and perhaps
I actually have 20 pounds of dried crocodile. I don't know if he's interested in crocodile. But
well, hang on, let's see what he says.
okay.
He reaches forward for the meat.
Mhm.
He just takes a little piece and just sniffs it again. It's very good. He reluctantly sets it down.
Oh, you can have that piece if you'd like. Just for free. I'm giving him a taste.
He takes it back and licks his hand.
I was like, of course I could give you gold or something, and I kind of pull it up a little bit, if that's what you prefer.
Oh, this is really good. What did you want again for all of that?
Oh, well, well, if I could get this crystal, a pearl, and the silver mirror, and I was really debating on whether or not to get the second pearl, but
Dang, this girl really trying to
it's up to you.
And you said you had 4 pounds of the meat?
Mm-hmm. That's considerable for a gnome. Just saying.
I mean, I guess he doesn't like me, so I won't do that. I was gonna say, I'll pull out some crocodile and start chewing on it. Some dried crocodile.
You actually pull out some dried crocodile?
Yeah, I'll pull it out and I'm just starting to like chew on it a little bit.
His eyes dart over to you too, and you can actually see saliva out of the corner of his mouth.
And I just like slowly tear into it, and I'm just like, yes, it's so good. And then I pull out another piece, so I'm like double fisting it, and I'm just like,
I mean, and 50 gold for the pearl.
All this meat for one pearl?
It's
And
4 pounds, right? 4?
but I have 20 pounds of crocodile meat. I just start
4 pounds.
It's like
pulling it up.
Cats weigh 20 pounds. No.
okay,
Huh?
fair enough. Okay, I'm not great with measurements and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I start pulling out pounds of crocodile meat out of my pack of holding, just laying it on the clean counter, and just like eating the one strip that I have.
As he sees all of that, he's like, that might be worse than the 2 pearls. And as you lay another pound, like that might be. This is not getting as shiny as the mirror. He starts pushing it closer as you set more and more meat onto the counter.
I'm just like pulling it out. I'm like, I could keep going.
You get about 18 pounds on the table, and he's having a hard time controlling himself.
As I'm still like tearing into a piece and just chewing it, and then I like lick my lips up. I'm like,
I don't like you.
and then I start taking a piece and putting it back in my pouch as he says that.
She really likes some crocodile meat.
50 gold and the meat. You have the mirror and the pearl.
And the crystal.
And the crystal, and it's a deal.
I reach for another piece of meat to take back.
What'd you say?
Make a persuasion roll.
With advantage since I'm helping?
With guidance.
Yeah, with advantage since you're helping.
And
Actually,
guidance.
you've been tormenting him, so now it's just a straight roll.
That's alright, I'm doing it with guidance.
That's a natural 20!
He's sitting there, he's like, fine. He just takes he shoves the mirror and the other things kind of to you, and he just grabs the meat and starts.
I still have 2 pounds of crocodile meat, by the way.
Did he take the boar meat as well?
Yeah.
He did.
He took the boar meat and 18 pounds of crocodile.
Alright, I've had that boar meat forever.
Yeah, which he actually has to come back several times in order to get the crocodile meat and bring it back.
Alright, so I got a pearl, the mirror, and the crystal.
Yeah. Yes.
We were looking to get rid of that meat anyway.
Yeah. I was like, as I was chewing on it, I'm like, this is disgusting.
Cool. So now I have...
But I played it off really well.
And he actually has some in his his shirt pocket. It's just kind of coming out, or his vest pocket. Just sticking out, and he's got one piece. He's just chewing on the side of it. He's walking around.
Thank you for
Just
doing
like
business with
anything
us.
else you need?
No, this is perfect. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you.
I'm getting my stuff.
My hand glows for a moment.
Have a lovely
Goes
day.
to the door. Unlatches everything. Opens the door for you.
Thank you. Have a lovely day.
Go die.
Did he say go
Don't die. Don't die.
Don't die.
I'll do my best.
He walks down and door closes.
I press the digitation in the front of his door. Can't help myself.
Alrighty. So, I have the pearl and the mirror and the crystal. Alright, now I just need to find an owl feather. Is there a hat shop that I saw anywhere that they have an owl feather?
Just like a general clothing store.
The best. Make an investigation check.
Can I help her?
Yeah, you're both looking.
17.
That's 18.
18, 17. Between the two of you, you don't remember seeing a hat shop, but you do remember seeing...
I was gonna say, I'm looking for a clothing store.
Yeah, you do see a couple of places that look like they sell clothes and pelts.
Okay.
I'm going there. Oh, I have 6 rabbit pelts,
You could try to sell them.
actually.
Yeah, so we're just gonna go find the closest one and see if they have an owl feather.
Yeah, it takes you about 20 minutes to walk there. But you find the place. It's at the corner. It's one of those odd, almost triangle-shaped buildings on the very edge of the corner.
6 rabbit pelts.
You look inside. You don't see anybody initially, but the shades are up.
Alright, I'm gonna knock on the door. Hello? Good morning.
There's a minute pause before you see a young man come to the door, peer out. And through the glass, he's talking. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for an odd item. Do you have any owl feathers, perchance? An owl
Growl?
feather.
Growl?
Owl.
He opens the door.
Growl.
Growl feathers?
An owl feather.
Owl feather. Maybe?
May I come in?
Come on in.
Yes, thank you.
He gestures for you. He looks, maybe 17 years old, young boy. Kind of has this light, sandy blonde hair, very, very youthful cheeks. A little bit lanky, but he is wearing, what kind of looks like some kind of, apron, or, like a tanning apron, essentially. He closes the door, latches it behind you guys, and you say you're looking for owl feathers.
Yes.
Might have something along those lines. What do you need it for? You want to make hats or something?
No, I am looking to do a ritual. I practice in the arcane.
Okay, let's do something arcane.
I just need regular owl feathers. I provide the arcane part.
You're not gonna curse me, are you?
I don't think so. No, just kind of smiles at him.
I'm over there just kind of like picking my nails, like.
Wait, we do have some owl feathers. Hang on. It goes in the back.
I want to look around. Investigation, please. Can I see what they have?
Doing his new.
Damn, that's not right.
As soon as you walk in, the way he disappeared is actually off directly to the right-hand side. Again, just kind of a smaller-ish building. You kind of entered at one side, and all along the ceiling, you hanging at piece after piece after piece are just all of these different pelts of all different kinds of creatures, small, large. You see a couple of stuffed animals. Some of them are squirrels. Some of them are turtles, which is almost disheartening, except that they're snapping turtles, which makes you feel a little bit better about the whole circumstance.
Poor turtle.
I'm looking for 10, but I'm looking for like a leather, like a nice leather cloak.
This place seems to only have the raw materials.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's good though. For your selling.
Yeah.
Okay.
After about 10 minutes, he comes back. He's like, and you can see he actually has on a couple of other pieces of jewelry. He has some garlic that he's holding in his hand as he. Here are the feathers.
Thank you.
He hands them to you.
I'm kind of looking at him weird. I'm like, what the hell?
What do you want for them?
3 silver.
All right. I hand him 3 silver.
His attention to make sure that the silver doesn't burn you before taking it. Okay. Is that all?
Would you be interested in buying anything? I have rabbit pelts and crocodile hide. Hide and scales.
What condition are they in?
Which one?
All?
I'll pull out the rabbit pelts. They're because I tanned them and I rolled them up. So they're in a nice little bundle. And then I'll pull out the crocodile hide and then some of the scales. Which are...
All out of your bag of holding.
Yeah, my bag of holding. I'm just pulling shit out.
Mary Poppins
That's
style.
Definitely. Yeah, it's Mary Poppins style. That's really impressive, actually. You see his ears are red. Because he keeps hanging onto the garlic, but he looks at the rabbit pelts. Give you... Feels it. 2 silver each?
That's a gold for all 5.
Yeah, I have 6. I nod. That's fine.
Fishes out a gold and a silver.
Actually, I'm going to keep one of the rabbit pelts.
No, okay, he hands you gold and takes 5 of the pelts that you give him. Looks at the scales. Are you looking to sell all of this? Or are you just selling a little?
If you want to buy all of it.
I could probably offer you 300 gold
For the
lot.
Ooh.
For all of it. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for how much we sold that original crocodile for.
That was a while ago.
Searching for days, never finds the right notes.
Instead of bag of holding, it's
There it is.
the notes of holding. You just keep going and
It
going.
is the notes holding.
That'd be an interesting concept. Okay.
So I technically sold 133 yards for 630 gold. So this is only 54 yards.
That's about the same.
So is he just offering 300 gold for the crocodile hide?
For the lot, for the whole thing.
Because that's...
Negotiate.
You keep in mind, as you pull on your recent memory, they've
I
been
know these-
tormented
Yeah.
for months.
I am
You
trying to
haven't
get rid of some of this shit.
Trading for business
Just go
for...
ahead. That's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of this stuff kind of too, so... I
That's
nod.
meant as a precision, just keeping in mind these
I
things.
know.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just thinking, like, if I could... I was thinking about almost keeping some of the scales, but I think I have some, so... yeah. I'll just kind of nod and I'll be like, that seems fair.
Okay, I've just got to go count it out. And he goes in the back for a few minutes and then comes back with a satchel, nice hefty satchel. He hands it to you. You can count it. There's a table over there in case I miscounted. I don't think I did, but just in case. I mean,
I trust you. I know where... I'm not going to say that. In my head, I'm like, I know where you live. But in my head, I say that.
I hunter's mark him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He begins loading all of these things, and he hangs up the rabbit pelts. He begins hanging up different things, rolls out all of the hide, and is looking at it, nodding, seeing that some of the scales are damaged. And as he sees, like, some of them, like, where there were, like, char marks or burn marks from the different spells, he just takes a look, looks over to you guys. There's a slight whimper. They're not gonna curse me. I hope they don't curse me.
Alright, so I guess our business is done here. Thank you. Have a lovely day.
You too.
I give you
Goes over
100
and
gold.
steps for you.
Oh, you can keep it.
That's 100 gold you're turning down.
You can have it.
I give Zoom 100 gold when we get back. But apparently she doesn't want her, so I'm going to keep it.
You can keep it.
Okay.
I mean, you deal with most of the money anyway.
Do you do anything else while you're out?
No, I kind of want to just get back to do the...
Yeah, I kind of want to get back so we can get this rolling, kill this beach.